Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and just do a review of the Shure 840As. I know there are other reviews out there, but this is just my own. And yeah. Okay, so before I go on further, I want to just let you know I don't really go over fancy like graphs and fancy words. I just explain things very simply. So it might frustrate some folks, but that's just how I explain things. So yeah, I'll go ahead and explain. Here's the first page, so you can just take a look, and then so you can skip out if you want. And yeah, let's go over it. So the Shure 840As, the reason I wanted to review this is because even with the reviews that are out there right now, it doesn't actually tell you much. What they're saying doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to use simple words to explain what this sounds like. Okay. So the first thing I want to say is this is important. If you do decide to buy this, buy a different cable. What you want to do is, because their cables are way too long, whereas this one right here is not that bad. This goes from, what you want to get is you want to get a 2.5 to 3.5 adapter, right? So 2.5 male to 3.5 male. So that's the first thing to note. So the second thing is these are incredibly comfortable. These are so the way I actually test headphones out, and again, it's all like subjective, person to person, but I literally put on the headphones and I unplug it and I walk around just doing like chores or whatever, and the moment it starts to hear I'm hurt, then I take a look at the time. Dude, I wore this thing for like hours. Like, this is like super comfortable, right? So comfort is amazing on this, and I've had this for almost like a year now, but there's a reason I don't use this, and I'll explain why. Okay, so let's go ahead. Oh, I also want to say headphone reviews are so much easier than IM reviews. And I might actually start shifting towards headphone reviews, because with IM reviews, I have to like talk about each ear tip that I'm doing. Ear tip, ear tip, ear tip, ear tip. And it's completely changing it. Headphones are like, that's it. There's nothing. That's it. That's exactly how it sounds. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? So it's really easy to review this. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right to it. So there's this song. I've been saying it on every single video, but I use the same references. The song is A Weekend by BB. And the reason I like to use that song is because the bass goes boom, boom, boom. This is my compass. This is my map. It lets me know. So the bass is strong. It's punchy, and it's packed with a lot of sub bass. It's not stuffy, but it adds about half an octave to BB's voice, so she sounds slightly deeper. So the girl in the song, she sounds a little bit deeper than she should sound by like half an octave. It's nearly clubbing level of bass, just shy of it. So that's like red flag. That's not exactly accurate, okay? In other words, you ever been to a club and you know how the bass is like how bass is? It's almost there. It's like just shy of that, okay? And I said most audiophiles would probably enjoy this, and I said this is musically excellent. And I say, but is this accurate? Okay, next song. Like after a while, you just start using that as a reference. It's so funny because one of the comments yesterday was like, buddy, you need to have better taste in music. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man. This is my references that I've been using. And like after a while, like you just use what you know. You know what I mean? And I've been using that as a reference. Anyway, his voice sounds accurate. Like he sounds the way he should sound. Because if the voice changed, like if he sounded higher pitched, or he sounded more synthetic, or it sounded thinner, or it sounded too bassy or woofy, I would let you know. But what I said was his voice sounds like accurate, and the bass in the background is solid. And I said no issues, and I said it's very musical. That means when I'm listening to the song, I'm just like, man, I'm jamming to this. Like, this is good. So that tells me right away this is very musical in how it sounds. Then there was another song. I always test this song. It's by Wolf Tila. Tell me what you're trying to do. In that song, it goes like you can hear the sub bass. It goes brum, 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 and that gives me a pulse. Like, how much sub bass is there? Is it too much? Too little? Nothing there? Where are we on sub bass? Right? So I say her vocals are full and they're rich. There's tons of sub bass, but it's not overpowering. It's better than I expected. It's very musical, right? And then the next song, it's a song by Chris Brown. I know his voice. I thought we were great. Like, how does his voice sound? Is it like higher pitched, lower pitched? How does it sound? His voice is on point. And then I say, it's hard for me to pin down the signature of these headphones right now as it stands. But there's a reason why I stopped using them, okay? Then I check another song by Jhené Aiko. Don't take this personal, but you ain't shit and you weren't special. And it's extremely musical. It doesn't feel neutral. maybe it's like a realistic V shape is what I was thinking. It just sounds so good, right? So this is more of a musical sort of headphone. Okay, then what I do, and here's where things go wrong. What I do is I have some flawed tracks, intentionally flawed, basically like super sibilant. I'm gonna play it. In fact, now that I think about it, and as I'm recording this, I'm gonna put all the tracks so you can hear everything and actually hear it. But she should. It's an audio track of Mariah Carey, and she's super sibilant on there. She should sound sibilant. That's not subjectively sibilant. That is actually, she should sound sibilant.
Go somewhere, so can we make this quick?
Yeah.
With these headphones, you cannot tell. 0 point. As in, you cannot tell at all. There's nothing to letting you know that there's sibilance there. Then I checked another one. This is a old DMS headphone review. His audio, he's pretty sibilant and harsh in there, but I use it as a reference. I want to see, can it detect it? Does it hurt my ears when I listen?
As DMS here on today's 2-minute tip, we're going to be talking about sounds. As DMS here today, we're going to be talking about the Bose 700.
Dude, it's smooth, man. Like, you listen to it and it's like smooth. Like, you can't tell. You can't tell he has sibilance. That's bad. That's good for listening. Okay, that's good for listening. That's bad for if you want to use this for actual critical editing. And my overall take, so I said this is not reliable for mixing. They're not reliable for critical editing. Your recordings, you're going to have a ton of sibilance and you won't even know it. And that's actually why I stopped using it. Okay, I'm also going to now play a recording of me monitoring the audio. But basically, what I noticed is when I would listen with these and use a microphone, it makes my voice sound smoother. And it would make my voice sound bassier and fuller and deeper and like manlier and better. So that's not good. That's not accurate. You know what I mean? So, but it's very musical. This is like, all right, so this is a monitoring test. And I had some trouble kind of explaining this. Oh, by the way, let me explain to you what I'm doing. I have the Shure 840As on my ears, and I'm explaining to you how my voice sounds, like how I think it sounds when I listen through it monitors and how it sounds. So the way it sounds, it smooths out my voice. And it adds like more fullness and bass and like it sounds like 10% more full, but my voice is like smooth. Like I sound really good on the microphone. Which is technically, you would think that's good, but that's actually bad. Because then you don't know what you actually truly sound like. Like, this isn't actually how I really sound like. Like, what it does, it's almost like it's rounding my voice. And then it's adding bass to my voice, and it sounds really good. Like, it's almost like, so that's not accurate. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm saying. It's not accurate. It's rounding it out too much.